Before we get into this video, I want to say something directly to the mama who rolled her eyes at the title. I see you, I get you, I know who you are. You've seen all the slow living all over your feed, and it feels like maybe a taunt, like someone is dangling a beautifully polished and unreal life in front of you while you are drowning in laundry, behind on everything, running on fumes, maybe 3 hours of sleep, and cold coffee. And you're just supposed to slow down. I know, it feels like a joke. A beautiful, infuriating joke made for women who don't live your life. I see you, and I've got something for you today. Stick with me until the end of this video because I'm going to give you 3 things, actionable, practical things, just 3 that you can actually try this weekend. Not someday, not when things calm down, this weekend, this Saturday. And none of these require a farmhouse, a Pinterest board, or a free afternoon. Because here's the truth nobody tells you about slow living. It was never meant for people who have it easy, have lots of money, and nannies. It was built by people who had almost nothing, and I'll prove it to you. Right now, all over the internet, people are searching for something they can't quite name. They're clicking on all the videos about slow living, simple routines, low-income homemaking, and homesteading even. And I think we all know why. Because somewhere along the way, we all woke up. We realized that faster, more, busier is not better. And we're tired of believing that fast-paced lie. So what you're about to see isn't a highlight reel. It's a real Saturday in our home. The kind where cinnamon rolls are proof that the best things take time. Where my husband is flipping through old wedding photos with the kids on the sofa. And where productive looks a little different than what the world might tell you. I guess that's only natural. Our family has definitely always been quite against the grain. My husband and I have been married almost 22 years. We're coming up on our anniversary, and for over half that time, we have lived on a single income. Now, I work from home now, but we know very well what it means to build something very slowly, but with intention and with very little margin for waste. And to find out that a life like that is actually rich in many ways, money can't measure. So pull up a chair, let me pour you something warm. This is our slow Saturday. I am making cinnamon rolls today. I want to tell you something fun about them because I think it perfectly captures why slow living is not just a new trend. It's actually ancient. So back in the 17th century, cinnamon was rare and expensive. It was a spice that had to travel oceans to reach your kitchen. But as trade routes expanded and it slowly became more accessible to everyday people, bakers started working it into dough. The Swedish picked it up and ran with it. By the 1920s, the cannonbole, I'm probably saying that wrong, so go ahead and laugh at me, but it was a Swedish cinnamon bun. It was a beloved part of their fika culture. That's their tradition of stopping everything to sit, have a coffee, and just be. Later, German immigrants carried a version of this recipe to America. The original name translated roughly to snail rolls, and of course, named after that satisfying spiral. During the Great Depression, when families had almost nothing, cinnamon rolls were still popular. They became a comfort food staple. Simple ingredients, affordable, something warm when so many of the days felt cold. Isn't that something special? A food born out of scarcity and slowness, passed down through generations of people who knew that comfort doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be made with love and maybe a little cinnamon. So maybe this weekend, try to make one thing from scratch if you can fit it in. Something cheap, something slow. Cinnamon rolls are a great idea. Maybe a loaf of bread or a pot of soup. It does not have to be fancy, but the point is the process, using your hands, slowing your mind, making something real and special, and something that will actually bless you in the upcoming week ahead. Saturdays are different for us. They're not always a day off, exactly. I'm usually working part of the day, flitting back and forth between whatever projects are happening around the homestead, but there's a different rhythm to it, a looseness. We're catching up, winding down, and setting the tone for the day ahead and the next day, Sunday, for a peaceful day, as well as planning a little bit for the week ahead. Now, the day always starts with coffee, strong, hot, and unhurried coffee. And then somewhere around mid-morning, it transitions to tea. That shift is so refreshing. On most Saturdays, my husband and the kids make breakfast, but today I'm giving them a pass because today calls for cinnamon rolls. It's a beautiful sunny day. Now, we make these 2 or 3 times a month. Sometimes I'll make a batch on Saturdays so they're ready for Sunday morning breakfast. There's something so right about waking up on a Sunday knowing the best part of the morning is already waiting to go in the oven. Lately, I've been teaching my kids to plan our weekend dinners. They have to decide what they want, what they feel like having for Saturday and Sunday. They get a pick. And they usually talk it all over with Daddy, and then Daddy and the kids are responsible for getting the meat out to thaw and finding the recipes. It's a small thing, but it's not a small thing. It's something they enjoy doing together. This is one of those roses amongst the thorns of life, I feel like. For us, it's a gift. I guess you could say it's a little bit of a perk of being a homeschool family. It's having a family that works together really well with things like this. Teamwork is not optional for us. It's not something we sit down and lecture about. It's just part of the day. It's part of a regular day. And today it's part of a Saturday morning. Figuring out what's for dinner, making it happen, making special plans for seasonings. In the meantime, the kids are learning skills that so many adults are still trying to develop, from planning ahead and communicating to following through and working together. They just don't know that that's what they're doing right now. They think they're just leisurely picking dinner. This brings me to another tip. Give one Saturday task to your kids if they don't have very much going on. Now, if you already have this area covered, of course, skip this. But by giving your kids a task, like picking a meal and finding the recipe and carrying it out, as long as they're old enough, of course, and by letting them own it, you're giving them a gift. Now, it doesn't have to be complicated. Have them pick one meal for the weekend, find the recipe, gather the ingredients. You're not just handing off a chore, okay? You're handing them a skill. Teamwork, planning, follow through. Let them feel the satisfaction of contributing to the family table. So right now over on the sofa, my husband is doing something that I love to see. He's pulled out some old photographs from our wedding day, and the kids are crowding around him. Almost 22 years it's been. I catch a glimpse of this from the kitchen, and I just have to stop and wander in and take a peek for a second. We are coming up on our anniversary, and this man right here has been my partner through all of it, through the lean years when we had very little, through building something from almost nothing, through choosing a different beat, I guess you could say, when the world kept telling us to go a more socially acceptable way. Being a single income household for over half of our marriage, I don't feel like that's a footnote. It's a whole lifestyle based around a philosophy and beliefs. Somehow it's made us richer in a way that truly counts. This Saturday morning is what we call the calm before the spring rush. Things are about to get really busy on the homestead, and my husband knows it, so he's taking this Saturday. He's resting this morning and being still, and I'm so glad. He doesn't do it very often at all. And this brings me to a third slow living tip. Whether it's sitting with your husband on the sofa looking at a few old photos, or maybe standing at the counter with a cup of tea and just looking out the window and enjoying the scene. Or maybe the kids doing absolutely nothing productive, but just let it happen and enjoy the moment. Rest is not laziness. Stillness is not wasted time. One slow, intentional moment can recharge you and reset you for miles. So create it and guard it like it matters, because it really does. back in the kitchen, I'm in my element. Sun shining, kids chatting, can smell the coffee. There is something almost meditative about making bread dough and working with it. You can't really rush it. The sourdough does what it does in its own time. You mix the bread you need and you wait. I think that's why so many of us are hungry for this kind of content right now. We live in a world of instant everything, and as we all know, attention spans have dropped alarmingly low. There's a deep part of us that knows there's something wrong with that. And we were made for a different pace. We were not made for constant motion. We were made for these simple things. Mornings like this are simple living, not perfect living, not Instagram living, real, warm, a little flower on your shirt living. It's kids learning to plan dinner and work together and make goals that they look forward to. It's a husband flipping through wedding photos on a Saturday morning because there's nowhere he'd rather be. It's choosing over and over again to slow down whenever possible, not because we have to, but because we believe something better is waiting in the slow. We've learned along the way the secret isn't in having more. The secret is in demanding less. And finding out that less has a whole lot of golden nuggets and maybe even a little bit of cinnamon in it. If you're watching this and your days feel loud, even when you're trying to live slowly, hey, I see you. There was a season where I was doing all of the right things, but I still felt so overwhelmed. What I needed was not necessarily a new planner. I needed a new framework. And one day while reading Proverbs 31, I saw something that I didn't see before. That's why I created a free masterclass to show you exactly how I learned to create space, how I learned to crush overwhelm and create a life where I could be a homemaker and homeschool my children, care for my home, and even build a business without burning out. So if you are in a place where you feel like you're barely surviving, barely making it through the days, I want you to take this free masterclass. I promise it will be worth your time. It is less than 30 minutes, but if you follow what I am teaching in the masterclass, it will change your life the way it changed mine. Because you see, peace is not the absence of responsibility. It's the result of intentional structure. I will link to the masterclass in the description box and comments below.